February to everybody. So plug in this here. Happy February. And February is, besides being Black History Month, which we should all learn more about Black history. When I was in college, I took an African American Studies literature class, and it was one of the coolest classes I think I've ever taken back in the day. But anyway, February is also the month that we begin to spread the love for an organization called Girls on the Run. All right. So if you haven't heard me talk about this already, part of an organization called Girls on the Run. And for the month of February, it basically empowers young girls to just believe in themselves and build confidence and inspire them. And it's usually a 12-week training program to get them to run a 5K. But obviously things are virtual now. So what we're doing is running a virtual cross-country, coast-to-coast race. So we need as many runners as we can find, to run as many miles as we can. And then you can actually run, and this is official now, you can run or bike or hike or paddle or surf or whatever. So the biking piece is, and there's a little competition between the LA team and the Philly team. So what I need you to do, and I'll post this, I don't know that I have officially posted it, but I need you to sign up with my team. And you just sign up, and it's gonna be kind of on the honor system. But and then we're gonna run, ride, and raise. Run, ride, and raise. Yeah, I guess that's kind of a good thing. Money to help young girls believe in themselves. It's really an awesome program. And like I said, I'll definitely post more about it. But so if you're out there and you're gonna participate, that would be amazing.
That's an awesome program.
Just make sure that's good. Yeah, that's good. All right. Okay. Then, in line with that, and the fact that we normally do yoga for athletes here on Mondays, we're going to work on today hamstrings, calves, and I think I put ankles. Is that right? Yeah. So the idea that I was thinking of basically is kind of starting all the way down the backside, including the ankles. So that's what will be our focus today. All right, that's enough chatting for me at the moment. Let's go ahead and begin. Thanks for your patience. Palms together, eyes closed. Couple breaths in and out of your nose. Let the shoulders drop down. Let the top of the head float up. Drop the head over to the left side. Easy neck stretch on your right. Good. And then switch sides. Same thing. Easy neck stretch on your left. While you're here, take a moment, set your intention to release stress, heal, strengthen, whatever it is for you that you want to bring to your workout, bring to your day, bring to your life. Go ahead and drop the arms, make a few circles with the head, one direction. Great, opposite direction. Great, back to the center. Some shoulder rolls, forward and back, forward and back. Good, and then back, forward, back, forward. Good, arms up from there. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms forward, reach them up. Stretch the shoulders a little bit. Find your smooth, even breaths. Come up on the toes right away here. Up on the toes, breathe. Whoa. Whoa. Balance is tricky on the toes today. Good. Slowly come down and then fold to the side. Easy side stretch. Breathe. Good. Switch sides, same thing. Good, back to the center, lean back. Take a nice big inhale, and then fold down forward as you exhale. Hang forward and breathe. So just hang. This is kind of our first hamstring stretch here. First back of the body stretch. It's called your posterior chain. So from the back of your head down to the neck, all through the spine, lower back, and then kind of glutes, hamstrings, calves, and Achilles, which runs into the heel, goes under the foot. And just breathe and pay attention to that whole area here. You can grab the elbows, drop the head, keep breathing. Good. Clasp the hands back, interlace the fingers, stretch the shoulders. Good. One more breath. Give it a good stretch. And then release that. We're gonna open up to the side, or you can just straddle the mat, so just depending on what's easier for you. From here, we're gonna go inner thighs, so bend over to your right side. As you bend the right knee, you're gonna stretch the inner thigh on your left, so it's more inner thigh. All right, breathing deep. Excuse me, sinking down, stretch. Good. And then switch sides, same thing, other side, sinking down. And you can strengthen this straight leg. So as I sink over to my left, straight leg here. Also, this foot is not turned out. That's going to be a different stretch. I want the foot turned in slightly as you sink down. Now we go other side. Same thing, other side there. And then lengthen the spine from here. So torso gets long, hands in front of you. Twist and turn, reach up. Good, now take that arm back behind you. Lengthen the upper body, twist and turn up. One more breath. Good. And then switch it. Same thing, other side. Lengthen the upper body, twist and turn. Good. And then arm back, lengthen up, twist and turn. Maybe if you turn the head, you'll get a little neck stretch. In there, breathe. Great, one more. Oh, actually, no, back to the front. So scoot the legs back, step to the front of the mat, slowly roll up, abdomen really strong. Nice big inhale, lift the arms way up. Fold all the way down, forward as you exhale. Good, extend the spine as you inhale, look forward, step back to plank. As you exhale, top of a push-up. Hold it here and breathe. Abdomen strong, breath smooth. Pause. Good. And then we're going to do some push-ups from here. So abdomen strong, lower halfway down, chaturanga. Remember, this is the strength that you want to build and then push back up. For arm balances and things like that. We're not doing that today, but just as a little warm-up, lower halfway, push up, lower halfway, abdomen strong, pull it in, lift up. 2 more. 1 more. Good, all the way to the mat. Easy back bend, gentle cobra, point the toes back. Lift the upper body up. Shoulders draw down the spine, chin drops down. Good, not what I'm doing, sorry. I'm doing is keeping my chin down and then sort of turning the head. It's more of that same neck stretch we do in the beginning. Turning the head, like kind of tilting the head to the left. Feeling that neck stretch on the right, and then tilting it back to the right, feeling the neck stretch on the left. This feels good. Good. Back to the center. 1 more inhale. Lift up a little bit taller. And then child's pose. For a moment, child's pose. Move a little side to side. Make sure your body feels okay. And then downward facing dog from there. Of course, anytime you need it, you can always rest in child's pose. Second official hamstring stretch. Go ahead and bend the left leg. Push the right heel down. So there's a few things I want to discuss here. First thing is, normally you just kind of work the leg straight, push the heel down. And you might feel this depending on how tight you are and where your tightness is. You may feel it in the hamstrings, you may feel it in the back of the calf, you may feel it behind the knee. Just be aware. Now what I want you to do, as you're pushing the leg straight, kind of locking out the knee and stretching it, now I want you to just have a slight bend. Even if the heel comes up, that's fine. Slight bend, and your heel might already be up, so it doesn't matter. But a slight bend in the knee. Now I want you to tilt your tailbone, sit bone, they call it sit bone, right? But the tailbone up. That's going to isolate the hamstring a bit more. So it's a subtle move. You can exaggerate it. So this is kind of rounding, legs straight, and then as I bend the knee slightly, tilt that tailbone up. And it just kind of really gets a deeper, more efficient stretch. Now go ahead and switch sides. So first, normal. Bend the right leg, push the left heel down, breathe. Where do you feel it? Today I'm feeling it kind of on the back of my calves a little bit, probably because I was jumping on our little trampoline with the kids over the weekend. But normally I get it. It goes right to my hamstrings because they're typically tighter. But so after a few breaths here, now I'm going to just kind of bend the knee slightly, like a micro bend. So not a big bend, but just a slight little release in the lockout. And then tilt the tailbone up and breathe into that stretch. Keep the shoulders extended. Don't sink into the shoulder joints. Keep breathing. A few more breaths. Good, then straighten both legs. Lift the tailbone up again. Press the thighs back. See where you feel it. And then in down dog, slight bend in the knees, lift the tailbone. So now you can kind of optimize the hamstring stretch. And if you're pressing the heels down and lifting the tailbone, you may get a little calf stretch too. Up on the toes when you're ready, walk softly to the hands. Extend the spine as you inhale, look forward. Fold as you exhale. Stretch all the way up. Nice big inhale. Oh, hands together at the heart. Exhale. So oftentimes when we do hamstring stretching, it is a forward bend. So we have to be aware of the lower back too, because I don't want you to be in a forward bend forever and then all of a sudden do a big back bend. You're like, oh, what happened? So you have to be careful with that. We really want to focus on the hamstrings themselves, not so much the lower back. So arms up when you're ready. Inhale. Sun salutation A. Fold down forward as you exhale. We always take the first one a little bit easier, halfway up. Inhale, look forward, step back as you exhale. Lower down, knees first all the way to the mat. Gentle back bend, cobra. Cobra pose, easy on the spine. Arms are bent, shoulders are down away from the ears, the heart lifts up and forward. And then reverse it. Tuck the toes, lift the hips, down dog. Breathe, a few breaths. Extending the shoulders, lifting the tailbone, breathing deep. Good. Up on the toes again. Walk or hop forward. Extend that spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. All the way up as you inhale. Hands together at the heart. Exhale. Arms up again as you inhale. Fold down forward as you exhale. Extend that spine as you inhale. Step or hop back. Chaturanga, you could lower all the way to the mat or halfway down. Upward facing dog, this is where the arms are straight, shoulders are back. Downward facing dog. Hold it and breathe. Good. Up on the toes again. Walk or hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. All the way up. Nice big inhale. Hands to the heart. Exhale. One more. Arms up. Inhale. Folding down forward as you exhale. Extending that spine as you inhale. Step or jump. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. If you wanted to work even harder, go back to chaturanga. Then down dog. Right away, right leg up behind you. Today, keep the hips square for the moment. Lift the leg up, drop the heel down. Breathe. Good. One more. Inhale, lift. And then shoulders over the wrists, knee to the nose, abdomen strong. Core. Lift it back and up. Forward knee to your left side, a little bit more core. Hold it. Lift it again, back and up. Forward to your right side. Hold it. Back and up. And then all the way forward to the hands. Pause here. Excuse me. Straighten the front leg, flex the foot, and bend the knee, sink the hips. A little breakfast I had today. Inhale and exhale. And inhale, exhale. So now we're doing 5 of these. Straight. Inhale, exhale. We got one more. Inhale, exhale. Now we're going to externally rotate the leg. So as you straighten the leg, you roll to the outside of the foot. And then bend the knee. So action is basically the same, slight change in the leg. External rotation, bend the knee, straighten the leg, external rotation, 2 more there. Straighten the leg, external rotation, bend the knee, and 1 more. Good. Now we do internal rotation. So now, as you straighten the leg, you turn the leg in, bend the knee, turn it in. Bend the knee. This is going to be a little theme. Turn it in. Bend the knee. 2 more. Good. 1 more. Good. Turn the back foot flat down. Come up to Warrior 1. Warrior 1, hold. So just that idea, if you think about the hamstring, so we talk about the quadriceps. There's it's a 4-headed muscle, quad, right? Biceps, 2-headed muscle. So you can see one side and the other side. Triceps, it's 3-headed muscle. Hamstrings, 3. I know it's not tri-strings, but I don't know who decided to name these muscles, but should be tri-strings, not hamstrings. Anyway, there's 3 of them. So you think about middle, outer, inner, right? And that's what we're doing when we're externally rotating the leg. You're kind of stretching more on the outer side. Internal rotation, stretching more on the inner side. I find that the inner side is the tightest side. From here, clasp the hands back behind you. Interlace the fingertips. Lift the heart up. Pull those shoulders back and down. Drop the head back. Breathe deep. One more inhale. And then fold down, forward, exhale. So just warming up here, dropping that head down, stretching the shoulders, strong back leg, few breaths. Good. Come on back up, warrior one, inhale. Hands down from there. Take the leg back. Vinyasa, lower down. Upward facing dog, shoulders back, down dog. Right away already, just pause for a moment. Notice if you feel more space on the right. You should. And after 15 times stretching the leg, you should definitely feel a little bit more space on the right side. Take the left leg up when you're ready. Hold it up there, breathe. Keeping the hips square for the moment. Stretching the back of the leg wherever you feel it. And then some core strength, shoulders over the wrists, knee to the nose, abdomen strong. Good. Lift it back and up. Forward knee to your right side. Back and up. Forward up to your left side. Back and up. And then all the way forward to the hands. Pause here 15 times. Straighten the front leg, flex the foot, bend the knee, drop the hips. So just right down the middle. Inhale, exhale. We might even do 17. Inhale, exhale. 2 more here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Good. Now, external rotation. So you roll to the outside of the heel. Oh, I mean, it's tight, definitely tighter. External rotation. Oh, bend the knee. You really have to pay attention. Remember that intention you set. Sometimes we forget. We set it and then forget it, but ultimately you want to feel it, understand it, breathe it. Ah, oh, good. Now, internal rotation. So, internal rotation. And again, back to the key this is going, back to the yoga for athletes. So most people who are biking or running, or hiking are going to get tight hamstrings, right? Even if you're a walker. Oh, good. One more. Now, let's just notice, go down the middle again 2 times. A little bit more spacious. Should be. Turn the back foot flat down. Come on up. Warrior one. Good. Warrior one. Hold it. Warrior one. Back foot is strong. Hips turn forward. Shoulders relaxed. Breathe. There's a little bit engaged in the abdomen here to help turn the hips forward. So there's resistance. Really what we're doing here is we're looking for the tight areas. And the great thing is all these poses will help us find them. But we kind of look for them when you're in the pose, and then you breathe and soften and see if you can just kind of work it. It's like a big internal massage for an hour. Interlace the fingertips, lift the heart up, draw those shoulders back, drop the head back, breathe deeply. One more big inhale. And then fold down as you exhale. Dropping that head down. Breathe. Good. One more breath. And then come on back up. Warrior one, inhale. Hands down to the floor. Exhale. Take the leg back, vinyasa. Remember, 3 choices. All the way down, halfway, up dog or cobra, and maybe chaturanga, downward facing dog. Now, you may or may not. This is a question that came up actually in I think my recent challenge. And it was, whether or not to work harder on the tighter leg. So typically we're not symmetrical, even though we look symmetrical, we're not symmetrical. So one side is going to be tighter than the other, typically. Come up on the toes, walk forward or hop to the hands. Extend that spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose, bend the knees, reach the arms, inhale. Hold it here, we'll do 30 seconds. But so the idea is, you can pay a little bit more attention to the tighter side. That's totally fine. I don't even know. Now I'm kind of confused whether or not my left side is tighter or my right side is tighter. Typically with the shoulders, I can tell you this for sure, I'm right-handed. So I'm a little bit weird because I throw righty and I write with my right hand, but I bat lefty and I kick lefty and I play hockey lefty or golf lefty. Lacrosse, my strong side, is my left side. Sink a little bit lower, inhale, and then stand. So typically my left leg is a little tighter, but on the hamstring side, and that's perfect because it's the dominant leg, while my shoulder is the tighter on the right. So when we do this pose, where you're reaching back here, it's typically harder for me to go this way than it is to go this way because this shoulder's easier to get back there. Anyway, the point is, do I work harder on the tighter side? I just pay a little bit more attention. I don't know, maybe 3% more. I just pay a little bit more attention. If I can, I will work a little bit harder. But I don't spend a lot of time on the tighter side. We're gonna move to Sun Salutation B now. You did the basics. Now we're gonna link it together 3 times, just 3 times, so we can get to the meat of our session today. Chair pose, inhale. Fold, exhale. Extend the spine, inhale. Step or hop back. Exhale. Vinyasa. Maybe chaturanga. Right side, take the leg up. Bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach up, inhale. Hands down, leg back, abdomen strong, vinyasa, lower. Upward facing dog. Down dog, left side, take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior 1, reaching up, inhale. Hands down, leg back, lower. Upward facing dog, down dog, hold it, breathe. A few breaths. Good. And then up on the toes when you're ready, walk or hop. Forward, extend the spine as you inhale, fold as you exhale. Chair pose, bend the knees, reach the arms, inhale. Stand, hands together at the heart, exhale, big full breath. Back to chair, inhale, 2 more rounds. Fold down, forward, exhale. Extend the spine, inhale, step or jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, down dog. Right leg first, take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior 1. Linking the movement in the breath if you can. Slowly lower. Upward facing dog. Down dog, left side, take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach. Hands down. Leg back, vinyasa. Down dog, hold, breathe. Fingers spread, lift the tailbone. So that's a big difference. Like there's hardly any movement. If you just lift the tailbone up, it feels a lot more. That's totally internal. I mean, there's a little bit of movement because you're sticking your butt up, but just micro bend your knees a little bit and then lift that tailbone up. See if you can extend your hamstrings, not necessarily the entire back of your leg. One more breath. Good, up on the toes. Walk or hop forward. Extend the spine as you inhale. Fold as you exhale. Chair pose, bend the knees, reach the arms, inhale. Stand, hands together at the heart. Exhale, good, take a big full breath. And then one more round, chair pose, inhale. Fold, exhale. Extend that spine, inhale. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Down dog. Right side, take the leg up. Bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach up, inhale. Hands down, leg back. Vinyasa, lower. Upward facing dog. Down dog, left side, take it up. Bring it forward. Warrior 1, reach up, inhale. Hands down, leg back, vinyasa lower. Heart opens, and then down dog. Good, breathe. Good, so come down onto the knees for a moment. I want you to keep the toes tucked. Keeping the toes tucked. So just, I'm gonna take a small break here, stretching the feet and ankles. So it's hamstrings, calves, and ankles today. So part of your foot, obviously, is what? The ankle. Without the ankle, you wouldn't have a foot. So think about that for a second. So with the toes tucked, you're sinking down, stretching the backs of your feet. I'm going to just be here for a moment. And part of the reason why we're stretching the feet versus just going to the ankles is because this fascia that goes from the Achilles down to the heel, it wraps underneath your heel and connects down there. So it's all connected. So that's why we want to do it all. But we're not going to spend a ton of time on the feet themselves. Interlace the fingertips, lift the arms up, stretch. But there is a good session we could do just on feet, toes, and ankles. Lift the upper body up, lean back and breathe. Good, one more inhale. And then slowly come on forward. Lift the feet, wiggle the toes, roll the ankles. Ankle flexion, which we're going to get to a little bit later. We're just right now, this is just kind of a little taste. But ankle flexion is really important. Go ahead from here, point the toes back, sit back on the heels. This may be enough. If it is, that's fine, just stay right there. If you feel like you can, go ahead and lean back, lift the knees up, breathe. Oh my goodness. Drawing the shoulders down, pushing the heart up, dropping the head back. So this is top of the feet and shins, obviously ankles too. So oftentimes the flexion, like this, so if you're pointing the toe, there's pointing and flexing. Right now this is a point of the toe. But the tops of the feet and shins need to be open in order for you to have some ankle flexion. One more inhale. And then forward on your exhale, onto the hands and knees, pick the feet up again, roll the ankles opposite direction that you did last time, if you can. But oftentimes just what happens over time in our life, down dog, is that we just kind of get tighter. Take a moment, bend the left leg, push the right heel down, stretch it. And then switch sides, stretch. We kind of did this on Saturday, a little bit of a before and after. So we're already kind of opened up a little bit. Take the right leg up, bring it forward, turn the back foot flat, warrior one. And then push the front leg straight, hands to the waist. Step the back foot closer, angle it forward. But it's good to just see, how tight were you before the session, and then how open you are, how loose you are after. So we're going to take this in 4 stages. First one's going to be halfway down. First, you got to deal with your arms. The easiest thing to do is just put them on your hips and fold halfway. Next, easiest, more hardest, grabbing the elbows, and then if you can, the deepest, so to speak, palms together, reverse namaste like that. That doesn't necessarily have to work for you. Didn't work for me in the beginning, that's for sure. So from here, you got your feet set up, you chose your arm variation, get up nice and tall, and then fold. Halfway, pause. Halfway based on sensation, not geometry. So halfway based on geometry might be, parallel to the floor, getting your spine parallel to the floor. It's based on sensation. So we want to go in and breathe, spread the toes, you can lift the toes, and then you can kind of tilt the pelvis, right? So if I engage my abdomen, tuck the tailbone, that's one thing, that's shortening the hamstrings. So if I extend and sort of stick my butt back, Just that movement, which you can hardly see from outside, but I feel it a lot more deeply just from that. And then extend the spine forward. Now we've gone halfway. We can go 80%. So now you go 80% and breathe. If you have your arms behind the back like me, push the palms together. Can't quite do that. But breathe, extend, breath smooth. Good, lengthening. A couple more breaths. Okay, so wherever your arms are, you're going to release them. Bring them down to the floor. Pause for a moment so you can release that stretch. Just kind of give it a moment. And then you're going to bend the knee, extend your torso. So I want is this torso extended. And then your lower ribs, right here, is going to go down onto the thigh. So extend the torso, lower ribs, hit the thigh first. Then you wrap this leg. Some of you may have done this before with me, but the idea is you hold on tight to your triceps here and start to work the leg straight. Don't let the torso, lower ribs, off your leg. And then stretch and breathe. So this again is isolation for the hamstrings. Oh my goodness. Breathe. Most likely it won't straighten. Very few people can straighten the leg here. It doesn't matter. It's just about breathing and softening and keeping that. Give it a really big stretch. Good. Okay. Now release the hands. Again, soften so you can bend the knee, get out of the intensity of the stretch for a moment. We'll break. And then if possible, you straighten the leg. So that might be easier for you now. And if you can straighten the leg, this is going to be the deepest we'll go. This is stage 4 here in this sequence. Lengthen the upper body, chin goes down. If you're more flexible, hands back behind you. And then drop the head in and breathe. One more breath. Good. Oh, okay. I feel like an old man getting out of that. Now go ahead and step that leg back. We're going to lower all the way to the mat. And that's because we just were in a big forward bend for a long time. We come up in an easy Cobra Pose. Gentle on the spine. This is what I teach my little boy, who's 17, 18 months now, however old he is. He doesn't understand. Pulling Madison's hair is probably not the best idea, especially when she's screaming. Downward facing dog. Take a moment, bend the left leg and push the right heel down. Notice, hopefully, almost definitely, more space back there. Breathe. Good. And then left side, left leg up, and bring it forward. Turn the back foot flat down, come up to warrior 1, and then push the front leg straight. Hands to the waist, step the back foot. A bit closer, angle it forward. Remember, 3 options with your hands, either to the hips, grab the elbows. If your body allows, reverse namaste, it's called. Namaste position with the hands. It's really a mudra. Go ahead and bring the fingers together. And then palms together if you can. Lifting the upper body up, drawing the shoulders back and down. Take a big inhale. And then halfway down from here. Breathe. Lengthen the upper body. Breath smooth. Where's your halfway? So you decide that. Good. Lengthen up. Sink in a little bit lower. Now you're going kind of 80%. Still more to be had, but I want you to be in the safe range. Breathe. can lengthen the torso a little bit. Keep breathing. Push the palms together if they're behind you, or if you have the elbows, grab them tighter. Pull the shoulders back. Keep breathing. Good. And then from here, go ahead and release the arms. You can soften that position first, so just bend for a moment. And then from there, you can kind of work the legs straight. Bend the knee first. So our third stage is bending the knee and wrapping the arm. So as I bend the knee, it's obviously less of a stretch, but I'm lengthening my torso here. So I want to get my lower body, or my lower torso long to get the ribs there. Then you can kind of lean in, wrap the arm here, breathe, and then push the legs straight. Couple more breaths. Good. And then from there, release it. Soften for a moment. And then if you can, straighten the leg. Lengthen the spine. And either you just kind of dip down as low as you can. So this is your maximum here, without hurting yourself, obviously, or hands back, drop the head, breathe. Good, one more breath. And then release that. Slowly take that leg back. Vinyasa, lower down. Boom. And then lift up slightly. Draw those shoulders back. Lift the upper body up. Oh, yes. Nice little Cobra Pose. And then downward facing dog. Good, down dog. Take a moment. Bend your right leg. Push your left heel down. Good. So for the moment, that's going to be the crux of the hamstrings. Now I want to move to the calves. And the best way to do this really is just like you did in sports. You can stay in down dog or drop to the knees, but essentially, like if you're here and you're kind of pushing down in the back here, but then you bend your knee slightly. So this is why the ankles and calves have to work together, because if you have, so in downward facing dog, and just so you can see it, I'm going to start with my left leg. So I'm going to bend my right. I'm going to push down. So my heel goes to the ground now. My hamstrings are super open, but I want to focus now on the calf. So all I got to do is bend the leg slightly. So notice that is straight, that is bent. That is the whole entire back of the leg, hamstrings, calves. But now when I bend, it goes more into the calf. So I can even come back a little bit with my hands, and I can focus on that bend. And now I feel this all back in here. Less in the hamstrings, more in the calves. So that's where I want you to be. And this is where that ankle comes in, the ankle flexion comes in, because if you don't have a lot of ankle flexion, it could be, most likely, it's because of the tight calves. So they work together for sure. Keep breathing. And then switch. So I'm going to move back to my normal down dog. I'm going to start there. I'm going to bend my opposite leg, take it out of the picture completely. And then first keep for me, this is my right leg. It's straight. And then I'm going to bend it slightly. As I bend it slightly and keep the heel down, then I got it more on the back calf. And breathe into that stretch. I have less ankle mobility here, but Just breathe into it. If it's hard on your arms and upper body, just push the arms straight. A few more breaths. Very good. Now drop to the knees again. This time you're going to point the toes back. And then we're going to sit back in the heels, do what we did earlier. This is going to really supplement for our back bend. So we're not going to do a back bend today, but this is going to be it. From here, if you're already feeling a big stretch, the thing about the calves and the ankles is you want to work both sides. You got to do a little bit of shins at the same time you're doing your calves too. So lean back here, shins, top of the feet again. You might notice a little bit more space to lift up. Push the heart up, drop the head back, keep breathing. Good, one more big breath. And then all the way forward and down onto the hands and knees, lift the feet, roll the ankles. Okay, and then one more thing here for the calves. So from the hands and knees, I just want you to take the left leg forward. Not forward this way. So normally we do that, we go into the hip if that was a low lunge. So I want you to be back here. And then what I want you to do is keep the heel down and just lean forward. So as you lean forward, you're going to stretch the calves a little bit back here. If your calves are tight, it's going to be harder. So oftentimes people say, oh, my ankles aren't flexible enough. Well, it might not be the ankle necessarily. The ankle bone typically is flexible enough. It's usually the surrounding muscles and tendons. So let's push in, breathe. And then come back. We'll do two more like that. Push in again. So I'm obviously supporting this here. This is, find where you can find it. There's going to be another way we're going to go onto the back and do this too. That's going to get in there a little bit more deeply. But this is kind of ankle calf at the same time. And then back. One more time. Forward. Breathe. Good. Switch sides. So again, depending on how tight you are, that's going to be more intense or less intense. Again, when we switch to the other side, not too far forward where we normally go to stretch this left hip flexor, but if you can, you pull it back just a little bit, kind of lean forward, right there. So kind of taking the hamstrings out of the situation. You got to be careful on the ankle. Sometimes there's a little pain. But oftentimes, if you just kind of come back and move the foot around, some of the bones will go back into place, and then you'll be able to go forward a little bit more. If you can, the heel is down. Heel stays down. It's really great to do off of a step. That's probably one of the best places you're going to get a deep calf stretch is off of a step. So your homework after this is to do that if you want to work your calves a little bit more. And then calves are great things to foam roll. If you have the Hyper Ice or Viper or the Hyper Ice Viper or the Theragun or something like that, then definitely use that for your calf. So come on back one more time and lean in. Gotta be careful going too far, especially if you've had any experience spraining your ankle. All right, that's it. From there, downward facing dog. So now, in your down dogs, people say, oh, my heels don't come down in downward facing dog. If your hamstrings were more flexible and your calves were more flexible and the ankles were more flexible, you might. So now go ahead and just feel it out there. But what I want you to do first is in down dog, I want you to bend the knees slightly, stick your butt way up, drop your head down, and with the knees bent, I want you to start to drop those heels down. See if you can get that stretch. And now you're going to tilt the pelvis up. So we're back in the hamstrings, we're back at the knees here, but you're just optimizing that stretch. So it's a little calf, little back of the knees, which is both calves, kind of upper calf and lower hamstring, and then hamstrings, right? 2 more breaths. Okay, drop to the knees. Cross the legs. Shake them out for a second. So we're gonna do a couple hip stretches on the back here. So we're not even gonna do a full pigeon. But first, one thing that you can do is you can reach up, you can fold here. We're gonna come back to this actually. But notice just by pulling the foot back, right? So I'm taking, you could do both feet, but let's just take one for the moment. You might not even be able, if you can't reach the foot, do this. And then pull your foot up. So it's different. You're not pushing down with the body, like from a down dog position. You're pulling up. So it gives you a different stretch. All right. So you just pull, if you can straighten the leg, pull that foot in and breathe. Good. Switch sides. Good. Release. All right, lie on the back. We're going to do a little bit of just supine, which means on the back. Hip stretches. So we're going to first do figure 4, ankle to the knee, pull it in, just a few breaths. Timing wise, we're just going to go a couple minutes later because I started a couple minutes late. Just a few breaths here. We'll do 2 versions on each side and then we'll do our finishing sequence. So one more breath. Good, and then switch. So again, it's all connected. So today we focused on hamstrings, calves, and ankles, but the truth is this is also part of it because if your glutes are tight, or oftentimes people are like, oh, my lower back is tight, but it may not be because of the lower back. Lower back may be tight because of the hamstring. So important to just really pay attention to it all. A couple more breaths. Okay, good. And now cross the leg over. So like this here, right? Top is my right leg, crosses over. I'm going to grab the outsides of the feet. From here, pull down, drop the head back and breathe. Oh, and I didn't do my little housekeeping announcement. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, the new schedule, Monday, Wednesday, Friday here, Facebook, YouTube, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't, Teddy McDonald 1. That's donation basis. Obviously, you can pay through Venmo. You'd Venmo me at Teddy McDonald. You could go to 5 Point Yoga, sign up for your class, or there's a little donation link there. One more breath, pull. And then switch. I know a lot of you are monthly members, which is fantastic. So with the whole COVID thing, we sort of started this consciousendurance.com, which is a community like-minded folks, and there's 4 different options in there to become a monthly member. You do that, you get the Zoom links for Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Oh my goodness, pull down here, breathe, you switched sides. One more breath. Oh, goodness. Release. Oh. All right, let's roll back up. So pull the knees in and rock up to a seat. So I'm going to give you the option to stay in this forward bend again. If you prefer, we're going to roll right back into plow and shoulder stand. But this here, After all those hamstring stretches and calves and Achilles and ankles, you might feel a little bit more open here. Might be finally reaching your toes after 40 years. Take the legs up and back. If you're going back, you don't have to do this. It all depends on your back and your neck. And then from there, support the back, take the legs up. A few breaths. Legs wide, flex the feet here, breathe. Good, bend the knees, soles of the feet together. Good. Legs back up and then down over the head slowly. All right. And then slowly come on down. And we'll take our final twist in Shavasana. So pull the right knee in, give it a good squeeze. Even that just feels better. Just feels more open to kind of pull that leg in. You notice the benefits of that, of stretching. Now twist, a few breaths. Good. Switch sides, stretch. Pulling that left leg in. Breathe. Great. Back to the center Shavasana, final rest. Glad we got through all that. Feet flop open, arms down by the side, eyes closed. Take a nice big inhale. Just do 2-3 minutes. Big, big breath. Exhale. So really allow yourself to completely relax and rest and let gravity do the work and kind of pull your body toward the center of the earth. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath from there. Bring your left hand to your heart center, right hand to your belly. Pause again. And then bend the knees, roll to your right side, take your time. Good, and then make your way up to a seat, comfortable seated position. Sitting up nice and tall, palms up, eyes closed. Just take a few breaths. Reconnecting mind, body, breath, spirit, energy, all together as one wholehearted human being. All right, bring the palms together at the heart. Take a moment of gratitude. Gratitude for every breath. Namaste. Well done, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me, and I very much appreciate it, and I appreciate your support. So remember, Black History Month, Girls on the Run. So I need you to run, swim, bike, paddle, do something for this organization. I'm going to post it in the link in this session now, and I hope that you join us for the whole month of February. And that's it, you guys. Stay safe, stay healthy, support your local businesses, and we'll see you